Most people have heard of the Book of the Dead, an ancient Egyptian funerary text generally written on papyrus, but also on tomb paintings used from as early as the 3rd dynasty of Egypt, which was a little under 5,000 years ago, to around 50 BC. Prior to the New Kingdom, the Book of the Dead was only available to royalty and the elite. The title was given by Western scholars, and the actual original Egyptian name for the text is translated as Book of Coming Forth by Day or Book of Emerging Forth into the Light, and was used as a guide containing a set of instructions and a collection of spells with the goal of enabling the soul of the deceased to navigate the afterlife. To the ancient Egyptians, death was not an ending, and the afterlife was considered to be a continuation of life, where the soul passed through various difficulties and judgments, and so this afterlife manual was considered extremely useful. It also provided the soul with foreknowledge of what would be expected, and there wasn't one version, but this would be customized for the individual. That said, there have been some interesting articles that came out this week concerning what some are calling the ancient Egyptian board game of death. The game, called Senet, was played at all levels of Egyptian society from when it first emerged 5,000 years ago until it fell out of favor about 2,500 years later. Egyptologists believe Senet was played by two competitors on a board that resembled a cross between chess and backgammon, where each person has 5 pawns that were placed on a grid of 30 squares arranged in 3 rows of 10. Then, by a roll of the dice, players would move their pawns with the goal being to have all 5 of your pawns reach the finish point at the lower right-hand corner of the board. Egyptian texts describe the game as depicting the movement of the soul through the Egyptian realm of the dead. Players threw an ancient equivalent of gaming dice to establish how many squares to move one of their pawns on a given turn. The use of dice seems to also have added an element of divination to the activity. A Senet board is located in the Rosicrucian Egyptian Museum, and while some believe the board started out as entertainment, Egyptian tomb art depicts the tomb's dead inhabitant playing Senet against living friends and relatives, with texts from the time suggesting the game had been seen as a conduit through which the dead could communicate with the living. The age and archaeological context of the Rosicrucian board are unclear, but some archaeologists believe its style is unique to Egypt's Middle Kingdom period, between 4,000 and 3,700 years ago, and was probably about 3,500 years old. If you'd like to see it in person, the Rosicrucian Museum is located in San Jose, California. Architecturally inspired by the Temple of Amun in Karnak, it houses the largest collection of Egyptian artifacts on exhibit in Western North America, including objects from pre-dynastic times through Egypt's early Islamic era. The Rosicrucian Museum began with one small artifact, a Sekhmet or lion goddess statue, which stood on the desk of H. Spencer Lewis, the founder of the Rosicrucian Order. It costs between $5 and $9 per person to visit, I think depending on age, but if you can't make it yourself, I've included a brief tour here so you can get a feel of what it's like on the inside. My name is Robert Sepehr. I'm an anthropologist. You can find my published books on Amazon. They make a great gift. I greatly appreciate those who support me on Patreon. There should be a link below if you're interested. Kindly share this video if you found it informative. Please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. As always, I look forward to reading your thoughts in the comment section. Please have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you again soon.